welcome to the channel. I am Oliver Mack, and today is the first video ever to be uploaded. This is some M4 gameplay, some talking about flanking, and an intro to the channel, really. I'm admittedly not the best player of this game, but I hope that I can help create an atmosphere where both I and all of you watching can learn from my probably terrible mistakes and ultimately become better players in the end. Now, I'll be bumbling around World of Tanks Blitz and probably various other games as well, all in an effort, all in the name of helping you become slightly better players. Now, this is on Lost Temple. We attempted to flank, there was absolutely no one there, so we came in to help with the team. The A20's put himself in a terrible, terrible position, and we know there's a PC4 just to the left of us right now, stopping most of the rest of the team from moving up on this side. The team is playing pretty well, I guess. They're all converging on the Leopard, which managed to make his way into their rear, and who's not really going to do much this game. I'm going to break down that wall. I'm not exactly sure what that was meant to accomplish. And we're trying to flank around on that PC we saw earlier, who's now spotted us, but doesn't seem to care. So we pop one into him, blow his engine, that gets repaired, he moves back. I'm expecting him to look at me, but he's not looking at me. He's not turned his turret at all. So we managed to track him, we pop out again, he's pointing right at us and he doesn't shoot. A bit odd. Really, I would expect him to know exactly where I was by now. I was spotted and he gets me and it's right in the ammo rack. Big mistake by me. I should have turned around, I should have come out probably side scraping. That would have given me a much better chance to not get shot and hit there. And because I've forgotten to fit an ammo rack and repair kit to this tank, it is not able to be fixed. I'm going to be playing with a 10.4 second reload for the rest of the match. But because of that successful flank, and because we took out the PC4 that was blocking the rest of the team's way, this is not going to last too much longer. We're pumping the KV-1. There's another KV-1 in front of him who is stock, which is unfortunate for him. He can't really hold back the tides of people coming towards him. Really, when you flanked someone, a team like this, I should have taken a shot here, but I waited too long and I whiffed it. When you have flanked well like this, the entire enemy team is distracted because they're being attacked on many sides. They don't really know which way to turn, especially at, tier 5 and 6. It really just wins you a game if the enemy team doesn't know what to do and no one on their team is being active and taking the lead. If we hadn't flanked round there, this might have turned into a corridor shooting match in Temple. If we'd come up to join the rest of the team, it might not nearly have gone so well because we would have just been sitting in positions, going forwards and back, probably not getting that much done. We crush on damage, really just because we made that good flank. And I do remember to fit a repair kit after this game. Something I recommend to all of you. I'm running with the standard Povo loadout that I've decided on, which is 1 provision, the 10% crew skill, 1 consumable, the repair kit, as many equipment as I can cram on within limits, only 2. Another would be rather expensive, and no camo, because it's quite expensive. Really, I don't have camo even on my Leopard yet. I'm still debating whether it's worth it to put it on. Anyway, this game. We're starting off. This is one which is really going to talk to you about YOLO. You see, my tank is fairly mobile. It's got decent armour. It's got a good gun. And decent speed enough to YOLO into some enemy team if I want to. But I'm not going to. Next game you'll see what happens when you push too hard into an enemy team. But this game I'm not YOLOing. I am in fact going to very carefully hold back around cover. This T-67 is YOLOing. He's out alone ahead of the entire rest of the team. I blow his repair kit with a lucky shot. And now he's trapped and he's going to get cleaned up. We were going to head over to the side to start banging on that BDR, but the Stug pops himself out. He's not looking at us. We blow his track. And he's not going to do any damage this game. Which is rather unfortunate for him, really. But we're going to track him again. Somebody else will shoot him once and we pop in for the kill. That's again, he's popping out there. He's just seen his T-67 get blown up. And with no information, he pops out. He could have just waited. He should have just waited, but he didn't want to. Now this BDR he's missed 2 shots already. One when I was sitting still. I blew his track, which blew his repair kit. He really cannot do much now. His turret's damaged, he can't turn, and he's done. Now I could YOLO towards this T-34, but I don't. I sit behind cover, and even though we whiff this shot, we're going to get 2 into him without having a return as he charges towards us, right? Because we're sitting behind cover. We're not charging out when we don't need to. If we charged out to fight him, we would have had much less hit points left, and if the rest of our team hadn't so expertly cleaned up those remaining tanks, we might have been in a pretty bad spot. As it is, we tap him, destroy his tracks, we bounce one off him because we aimed it terribly. He's zoomed in, so he fires before he gets to us. We pop him one through the turret. Not as strong as it looks, that turret mantlet. And somebody else finishes him off. Another thing there. I'm sure you've heard this already if you've bothered to watch any other YouTube videos about this game, but do not zoom in during a brawl. You will lose because you will not be able to fire as expertly as you could if you were not zoomed in. Now, we're racing the other KV-1 for this kill, and we get it probably about a tenth of a second before him. And he congratulates us, and then does not congratulate us. But we win, and we've topped the damage again. That was another case of the enemy team YOLO'd towards us. They didn't need to, but they did. And so we punished them for it, and we won. This battle, I'm only going to show you half. Probably because it wasn't very exciting after a point, but also because the recording cut out halfway through. Anyway, on this game, I've looked at the team comps. I've noticed we have a platoon of PZ-54s, and they're sitting right in front of me, pointing the same way as me. And because I'm not an exceptionally complicated man, I'm going to follow them. If they're platoon, they have the same camo, same tank. I assume they're communicating somewhat, so they'll be going the same way. So, with 3 medium tanks, I think we can carry a flank. We are high tier in this game. Really, there's not much way this could go wrong unless the entire rest of the team dies facing the enemy in the temple. Now, the entire enemy team, except for one, decides to go temple, which is a bit ridiculous, I think. If you have anyone who can possibly flank, I think they should. Although I think in this game it was very nice for them not to go temple because they have 1 light tank and no mediums. Well, I take that back. They have 3 mediums, but they're not fighting mediums. So we're flanking rounds. There's not really much to say for this game. This is focus fire, a lucky shot onto him gets a fire, and that's a Crusader down because he was facing the wrong way. If you look at the enemy team comp and you see 4 mediums and a light, probably assume that they're going to be flanking you. As a word of advice, we come around, the Su-85's out of position. That one shot is not from him. He does nothing this game like the Crusader. And he's dead. It's 2 tanks dead in 1 minute 10 seconds. That's a successful flank. The rest of this game is going in behind and cleaning up. It's not that important, really. So the recording thinks we should stop here. Now, I say it again, I'm not the best player. I am here to help you all become slightly better, to hopefully become slightly better along the way. Uploads will be every Saturday evening, weekly, unless I'm in a very much of a pinch on that afternoon, and then they'll be up on Sunday morning. And I hope you all continue to watch. It'll be an amazing journey. Won't just be World of Tanks Blitz. I'm sure there'll be other games. Maybe some big boy World of Tanks or Hearthstone. Whatever comes to mind and is at hand. Maybe some Paradox games. Maybe some Borderlands. We'll see. I hope you all enjoy it. And just remember, if once you do not succeed, you're not the only one.